All right. Good morning. Again, appreciate everybody being here for today's virtual press conference with Aidan Morris. We'll have Wilfried Nancy available at approximately 10:30. With that, let's open up to questions in the room. Brianna, if you want to start us off.
Aidan, you've been here before. You've been to MLS Cup final. Can you just talk to me that experience and how that's going to help you going towards Saturday?
Well, that one was a bit different. I think I figured out the day before the game for that one. This one's exciting for sure. Obviously, it's not COVID year, so a bit more normalcy with everything. But yeah, I think the vibe around everyone is so excited just to be here, trying to soak it all in and realize what we have to do.
Playing that game before, you have a lot of young players who haven't been here. How do you take that and turn it into like a leadership role and let them know what they expect and everything?
Yeah. Regardless if they played an MLS Cup final or just finals in general, I think they all know what to do. I mean, take Diego, for example. He's played in finals at higher levels than the MLS as well. So, I mean, there's guys like that who have experience, and they all know what to do.
And last thing I want to ask is, you have a connection to those two guys who won the championship last year. What is it like seeing them? I know you didn't play with them, but your brother did, and seeing them be a part of this team and what they can bring to the squad.
Yeah, I think it's awesome to see progression, first of all. I think that's what it's about, right? The next program is to see guys evolve and get better and take a step into the first team level, and to see over a span of a year that they're playing in a final MLS Cup is awesome, first of all. And yeah, I think it'll be an awesome experience for them, and it shows all the hard work and dedication they put into growing and becoming the players they need to be.
Thanks.
And what do you remember from that week? Like you said, it was probably pretty hectic for you learning about starting so soon before the game, but what like stands out from that week to you? What do you think that?
I think trying to survive COVID. I mean, that was it. Trying to get to the last test, but I don't know. I just think we had this sense of, we're in such a good place, headspace, tactics, everything's were spot on. And I just think we were so connected in terms of what we wanted to do and our game plan. Every single game, we were so confident with who we were in our relationships on and off the field. I think I feel the same energy and vibe this year.
When you're told you're going to start for Darlington in such a big game, what went through your mind? And maybe what would you tell that Aidan if you had a chance to speak to him now?
What would I tell that old Aidan?
Yeah.
Probably nothing, because we won it.
Just do the same.
Yeah, just do the same. Relax, stay in the present, stay calm, soak it all in, embrace it all. Just enjoy the moment, go have fun.
Where do you think you've grown the most since then? And maybe how did that experience help kind of put you on this trajectory?
Yeah, I think in life, a good saying is everything happens for a reason. So I think after that, the year after that, I tore my ACL, and I think I've learned so much about myself and just about life and perspective and everything. And I think that set me up for my year after that. I think each year has been kind of a steady growth, and having Wilfried come in and push me every single day, every single training to take me out of my comfort zone and try things and experiment things and mess up, and mess up again. I think, I don't know, I can't pinpoint one thing, but.
How has he pushed you? You mentioned that he's taken you or pushed you to get out of your comfort zone and work and improve every day. Can you single out a way or two in which you have done that?
Yeah. I think you kind of see it how we play. We play such a unique style where, Darlington and I get the ball all the time in the middle of the chaos, and having to be like a cooling source for the team and a calming source, and to control the rhythm and the tempo. And I think that's not always easy when the game's going 1,000 miles per hour. And lots of respect to Wilfried giving me that role of, being that calming influence. So I think, yeah, it's tough. Every single game, I'll have a great game, and he'll come up to me and tell me something on what he wants me to do better. It's like a father figure almost. So yeah, I can't really pinpoint one thing, but yeah.
How many people have gotten to play next to Darlington Nagbe and the type of caliber of a player that he is? What have you learned the most from playing alongside him?
Yeah. Everyone knows him as a soccer player. I think that's the one thing, but I just think him as a person is the thing that stands out to me the most. Just always a smile on his face, always is someone everyone wants to be surrounded by. just good energy all the time. And then on the field, he's just so calm always, never seems under pressure, relaxed, always has a plan. Yeah, such a guy you can look towards and leads by example. Very quiet, but always does the right things on and off the field.
My questions related to that. When you think back to 2020 and you get the call that you're going to end up playing because he's tested positive, you're obviously excited. You're going to get the opportunity, but on the other hand, I'm pretty sure you were crushed for him. And in the days after you guys win that cup, it seemed like it was a priority to make sure that he was still in quarantine. You're able to get the cup to him because he was such an important person to you all, not only as a teammate but as a friend and as somebody who's a leader here. Just wondering the impact you think he has and the appreciation that maybe you all have for him as a professional, let alone what he's accomplished here.
Yeah, I think after that final, he was the first person I called when we ran the locker room and I called him. Regardless of him sitting in his basement watching the game, not even with his family, he still had the same smile on his face and he was just so happy for everyone there. I think that speaks volume to the person he is. You watch him around the facility, everyone flocks to him. They want to be around him. They want to spend time with him because he just makes everyone feel appreciated and he's just a perfect captain. And a perfect guy to lead the team through thick and thin. And
Chris?
I'm good, thanks.
Mike, anything? Let's go to Kellyanne.
Aidan, being able to play in front of this fan base here at home in Columbus, how much of a boost do you think that's going to be, and how excited are you to earn that opportunity in the final?
Playing at home is something we don't take for granted. I think everyone here, loves it, and it comes with a different energy and a different vibe. And, we've had a couple hard away games, not going in easy places to play. I think coming home will be refreshing. It's crazy that we played at home like almost a month ago, which is wild to say. And I know they'll bring the energy, they'll bring good vibes, and push us to another win hopefully.
Hi, how are you? You mentioned it was a different year, it's COVID, but back in 2020, it's kind of the sensibilities that we have now, because Seattle Sounders was coming as a defending champions back-to-back MLS Cup final. Now it's LAFC. How does this motivate the team and you to know that when teams come to Columbus, they're going to have a hard time to play against you guys?
I think Julian said it perfectly on the bus the other day. You got to beat the best to be the best. So I think, we wouldn't want it any other way. I think coming here is definitely a big advantage for us when teams come here. It's tough to play here, and we realize that. But I think we're just going to try to focus on ourselves, and no matter who we play, just stick to how we play. It's led us success so far, so keep doing that.
Jerry?
What's your appreciation for your keeper, his evolution this season, who he has become, and the confidence that he's playing with right now?
Unbelievable. It's my guy, man. I'm so happy for him. I can't express it in words really. It's just awesome to see the progress. What I was saying earlier, just touching on the fact of the growth and the evolution of these guys, especially him. Just thrown into the first game of the season, Philly away, 4-1, and just to bounce back from that and just go uphill from there, and to mess up in Cincinnati and to go uphill from there. That's what it's about, is making those mistakes and seeing how you react with them. And that shows the type of person Patty is. And this is just the start for him. He's got a big ceiling. He's an amazing kid on and off the field. And
Kate?
I'm curious, your ability this season to finish more plays in the final record. Was that something that you've actively worked on, or is that something that also naturally came under the evolution of playing under Wilfred now?
I think the second one's spot on. I think when we have so much control, it allows us to make more educated runs, and times it's educated runs into the box. And I think obviously I wanted to get more, and it kind of slowed down at the end, but hopefully I can bounce one in at the end here. I think Wilfred's style play is definitely an easy way to get final plays into the box and make things happen.
Speaking of Wilfred, one of the things he said to me in the season was that you ran too much. He wanted to have you, still use your energy, but use it a different way.
Mm-hmm.
How is that kind of translated to your play this year?
It's one of the things I think he's helped me out with a lot. and also a different style of play. So yeah, I was a young guy. I was excited to run everywhere and help the team. But yeah, I think it just helps with positioning and just being calm and being that calming influence, right? Just find the times when to be my audacious self and go win it and be a team player. And then sometimes just to sit back and relax and survey the field a little bit more. I think I've grown in that a lot. Obviously, there's so much more to work on. I'm not complacent by any means, but yeah.
Anything else from the room? Right, Brown?
You talked about being a team player during the last game you were taken out for Christian. How does it mentally knowing that you're doing what you need to for the team and also that you guys have a bench that you guys can trust to go to?
Yeah. I think the best teams have good depth. You see guys like Kevin Molina who's come on and changed the game for us, Julian, and other guys as well. Christian, the obvious one. And yeah, depth is important. And all these guys, they're in it every single day in training, every single week. You don't know who's starting. You're pushing for a spot. So yeah, it's important.
All set here in Columbus? All right, thank you to our Columbus local media. With that, we'll give it back to Sahar with MLS Communications. We'll take a few questions from Zoom and close today's press conference.
Thanks, Rob. At this time, we'll take our first question from Charles Bone. Charles, please proceed.
Hey, Aidan, thanks for speaking today. I have a two-parter. The first is, I'm guessing you haven't dived full on into the scouting process, but I'm sure you've seen what Denny Bouanga has done, just torn up the league this year, and you guys have to find a way to minimize his influence. So I'm wondering what your take is on that player and the task.
I don't know, I think you said it. I think we'll just try to limit him. I mean, I can't give you details on it. Like, we've played against plenty of talented players this year. We'll try to do the same thing we've been doing. Just focus on ourselves, and obviously you can't stop someone from being talented. It's just how you handle it. So yeah.
And then the other side of that is you guys have a pretty decent striker in your own right with Cucho. What's it been like playing with him, and can you give us a little bit of a sense of kind of the quality that he brings and how important he is to this squad?
Yeah, no, he's the man. He's so passionate. He always wants to score, always wants to do what's right for the team. And yeah, he's always hungry to get in the box, be on the ball, make things happen. Obviously, you guys can all tell he's talented. He's unlike any striker in the league for me, I think. He brings this more like dynamic energy. But yeah, I think give him the ball, find him in the right spots, and yeah, he'll make the magic happen.
Thanks.
We'll take our next question from John Lupo. John, please proceed.
Thank you. Two-parter for me as well, Aidan. First of all, with the late win against Orlando, the late comeback to beat Cincinnati, what is it about this team when you're either tied or behind that you're able to come back late? And if it's the same situation this Saturday against LAFC, do you feel like that those characteristics and those traits is something that you can apply against them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously every game we try not to be in panic mode at the end, but I think it shows our resiliency, and we do it all the time in training, different drills, and being down a goal, having to work through pain, having to work through fatigue. I think you saw at the end of the game we were still flying at the 120th minute. So I think it speaks volume to what the staff has done here and constantly pushing us to maintain a high level and a high standard. I think obviously ideally we hope to finish it at 90, but if it calls for anything else, then we'll be there and we'll be ready.
I also wanted to mention Alex Matan. I know that he plays as sort of like in the center of the midfield between Cucho and between Diego. Can you just talk about his influence and his role and what he's meant to this team and how key he'll be on Saturday?
Yeah, he's a crafty little guy. He finds good spots. He's always calm on the ball. Brings this calmness to the game. Yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about Alex. He's definitely a key role for our team this year, and I'm excited for his opportunity this weekend. I know he's buzzing for it, and yeah, it'll be good.
Good luck.
Aidan, we'll take our next question from Scott Churchson. Scott, please proceed.
Hey, Aidan, man, thanks for the time. I appreciate it. Talk a little bit, if you don't mind. There was some talk that you were pretty much an underdog versus Cincy, and there's some talk here as well. talk a little bit about how you feel about that, how you would respond to that, and whether you buy into it or not. Thank you.
I don't buy into it, that's for sure. Like, we know the team we are, and I mean, people are always going to talk. People are always going to have their opinions, and that's fair. All that stuff is speculation. I think we just control what we can control, and yeah, keeping the team we are and playing at home in front of our fans. I know we don't feel like the underdogs, so yeah.
We'll take our next question, Aidan, from Jose Nunez. Jose, please proceed.
Hi, Aidan. Thank you so much for taking the time and congratulations for making it this far into the tournament. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It seems like sometimes teams, as they make additions throughout the season, it takes a little bit of time to acclimate those guys into the roster, into the playing style. But something seems to be different in terms of Columbus with the additions of Diego Rossi, Rudy Camacho, Julian Gressel. What was the difference and what have those guys brought to sort of turn this team into a true contender in this very long tournament?
Yeah, those transfer windows are important. I think it's the beginning of the season, figuring out what we need and what we're lacking a little bit. And all those guys who stepped in and played important roles. You see Julian coming on last game, and you can see his quality in the final third of putting balls into the box. And then guys like Rudy, just the calmness and the composure always to help us build out, which is key. And then Diego is dynamic, just to make runs behind, get the ball at the feet in the pocket. I think all those guys play such important roles for us. Wilfred's done a good job at, scouting those guys out and realizing what we need. And yeah, we had great guys on the team before that as well, who played important roles as well. So I think we evolved well, and yeah.
And then on your end, obviously you just signed a contract extension not too long ago, but obviously big game ahead this weekend, but always looking ahead. Any interest on your end to take your talents elsewhere in terms of Europe or anywhere else, something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I think I'm just focused on right now in the moment. But yeah, obviously every kid grows up and they want to play in Europe, so that's a dream of mine for sure. But right now I'm happy and just trying to focus on this weekend.